Good morning. I am Kevin Price. Glad to be with you. Going to talk to you today about you and your business. As always, we got a lot to talk about, and I want to get straight to it. Chris Kidd, chriskidd.com, that's K-I-D-D. He's a financial coach and does extraordinary work to help people achieve their financial goals, solving some of the biggest problems that they are dealing with, which is debt, which is incredibly rampant. It's not just a governmental problem. It's a problem across the board on every levels of society, right, including our households as well. But we've been doing a series of fantastic interviews on sports as it relates to finance and business, and it's been a lot of fun. And I just wanted to spend some time just with him, with all these great interviews we've been doing, to talk about some of those programs we've done, some programs we have down the pike, but also about his book on defeating debt, which I think that's the exact name of the book. And Chris, welcome to the program. Tell us a little bit about your coaching work.
About what?
About the coaching work that you do with individuals, financial coaching.
Well, yeah, being a financial coach, one of the biggest questions I always get is that like a financial advisor or a broker or something? And I say, well, no, that's more of a sales position. I'm a teacher. My dad was a teacher and a coach, so I kind of have that background of teaching people. And I learned from a mentor of mine when I was really young how to start handling my money because I used to get money and it would burn a hole in my pocket. And I learned how to spend more than I had the hard way. And over the course of a few years, ended up becoming a millionaire by the age of 24 based on, things that I'd learned from this mentor of mine about handling finances and investing. So some friends of mine actually suggested that I start teaching this at one point. And, so that's what I've been doing for the last few years, basically teaching people how to get their finances in order, how to better manage their finances, and how to become better investors, and also why everybody needs to own their own business.
Yeah, absolutely. And not just from the tax advantages, the tax mitigation strategies you can have promoting a business. Figure out some kind of business you should have, even if it's not your primary income.
Absolutely. I mean, in fact, I tell people especially if you're in an upper income bracket, you have to have a business to offset all the taxes that Uncle Sam wants. So, I mean, that's it's not to be used as a tax evasion type deal, but I'm certainly for keeping more of my money than giving it to them to waste. So I think I can do better things with it. And when you start a business, one of the reasons they give you all the tax breaks is because you're doing something that's contributing to society and helping other people. So you may end up creating jobs for 2 to 2 million. I don't know if anybody's got 2 million, but 200,000 employees. And when they're paying taxes, then that's going to the government as well. So that's why they give a lot of business owners tax breaks.
Yeah, no question about it. No question about it. Let me ask you about the book. When did that actually come out? And by the way, you could go to defeatingdebtbook.com. Defeatingdebtbook.com. When did that come out?
I actually, it's funny. I actually can't tell you when it exactly came out. I know it was a few years ago, and it took me a while to write it too. You'd never believe that because it's so short. But writing a book is a very tedious process, and I know some people have it down to a science, and they even pay people to go and get their stuff and then put it together and put their name on it. So I actually was trying to make it something that was short and simple, but real practices that people could put into, things that people could put into practice, and they could actually get some help from it without having to read, a 300-page novel. Most people, especially that are in financial trouble, probably aren't reading, and if they are, they're probably not reading financial books. And one of those things that I found is most people won't finish a 300-page book. So when I wrote this, I wanted it to be something that was short and simple and easy to apply. So we've had really great responses from it.
Yeah, And that's exactly what you got. People are under a lot of stress when they're in debt. The last thing they want to do is, philosophize or read huge volumes of literature. They're looking for practical, hands-on, taking action today steps, which I think is what defeating debt is all about. Let's talk a little bit about the interviews. We've had so many phenomenal ones with former athletes and people who work directly with athletes, providing really some fascinating insight, I think, not only on money but on business in general. What are some of the other guests you have in the pipeline? I know we have a lot. I know just because of the sheer number of leads my office has been sending. It's amazing the stories we have in development.
Yeah, I know we have quite a few that are on the waiting list. They're trying to get in line, but I know we have entertainment people, sports people coming on. There's wealth protection attorneys, all kinds of various backgrounds, and a lot of it is just a matter of having them fit in with the show that we're wanting to do. So I mean, we're bombarded with leads right now, and people trying to get on. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we love it, and they're all very high quality. Frankly, so people you'd find on CNBC or ESPN, depending on what they were talking about.
Oh yeah.
So it's been very exciting. So what are some of the things? I know that you've been producing lots of great articles as well, not only for priceofbusiness.com, but usdailyreview.com, getting the stories that we're having on the air, even to a larger audience with that website. USDR now getting over 1 million hits a month. What are some other stories that you have in development as far as, content, and what are some of your objectives going forward in these engagements that we're having with these people?
Well, it seems like some of the guests are going to be some pretty good relationships, and there's, in fact, a few of them that we've had on who have already expressed the interest in, working together in some form of way. And we have several articles on some of the recent guests that are coming up. I know we've got one that I'm working on with David Meltzer, who is a sports marketing guru, I guess, so to speak. Works with Warren Moon, and he worked with the actual Jerry Maguire. So, and that's really cool. We're actually working on something with his book, and I'm not quite finished with his book yet, but it's been pretty phenomenal from what I've read so far. It's really good. I think it was called Connected to Goodness or something along those lines.
Yep. Very cool stuff. I love what you're doing, man. Look forward to always seeing what you do over at USAReview.com as well. And the interviews have been amazing, and looking forward to more. We can learn more about Chris at chriskidd, that's KIDD.com, CHRISKIDD.com. And thanks so much for being with us.
Yeah, I'll see you guys soon.
You bet. Looking forward to it. I'm Kevin Price. You're listening to The Price of Business. We want to remind you, best content here shows up over there at USAReview.com. Stay tuned for more.
Are you gonna do it?